Hey everybody, this is Star Citizen again, and the 325A, made from Origin Jumpworks. Made by Origin Jumpworks. And this was the first ship that I got, and mainly because I thought it was the coolest for the money, and I thought it was the best. It has, as you can see, some missiles right there, and it's got a gun on each wing, and then also it has this gun. And these guns are actually, right now, the only ones that I can use that I have in the firing range. So if you want to test a gun out in the firing range, this gun will work. Anyway, I think this is a very fighter jet inspired ship, and it's pretty awesome. It's a bit longer than, say, the Avenger, but for being longer, that doesn't mean that it's actually bigger. It just has, it actually has less cargo space than the Avenger, as I discussed in my previous video. And I was a little disappointed with the interior. We'll get into that later. I'll go ahead and do one pass around here. I love the color scheme on this ship. That's another reason why I went for the 325A. I think that there are a lot of good maneuvering thruster placements, so I think this will be a very good dogfighting ship if they get it into the dogfighting module for version 1. Let's look at some of those maneuvering thrusters. So we got some here on the front of the ship, and then it looks like these will also be maneuvering thrusters. I'm not entirely sure, but then we've got several throughout here as well. Let's see, I just saw a few others. Where are they? There's several right near the tail. So there are 3, I don't know if you can see, there are 3 on each side of the engine here, and then obviously you have the massive engine, which should be semi-directional. You should be able to fan those out and get some extra turning. And this should be a pretty fast engine, pretty powerful, and since the ship doesn't have a ton of mass, it should be able to be very maneuverable and pretty quick, and it should be good for fighting on a budget, because this is cheaper than the Hornet. Alright, let's take a look inside here. There we go. Alright, ladder animation. I'm a huge fan of that. And then this hatch opens. We'll go ahead and get up in here. I'll go ahead and jump on the wing and walk around the top of the ship, since I can. Alright. Here we go. Almost. Alright. So here we have a boarding hatch, which is, that's nice because you will be able to board with this, although I don't know if the tail or that engine scoop is going to get in the way at all. You'll have to board in an interesting manner. But these missiles look pretty awesome, and the engine scoop looks awesome. That's probably not a maneuvering thruster, but anyway. So this ship just looks great, and they did a great job with it. Now let's back to the inside. Now, number one thing that I'm a little disappointed about, I have to crouch in here. It looks like I could stand up in here. Nope, I have to duck my head. So it'd be nice if I could stand up fully in the ship, because it looks like I actually could. It looks like my head has plenty of clearance there, and I would really only have to crouch in here. So I'm hoping that maybe they can lower this section of the flooring so that I can stand up the whole way. And then I hope that these do something, maybe become a toilet. I'm not exactly sure. I believe the brochure says that there's a toilet. I might be making that up, so don't quote me on that. but I'd really like for there to be a toilet, just to do some more medium range trips. You can see that we do have a fire extinguisher, which is important for any ship, especially since if there's a fire in your ship, there's really not too much you can do if your ship gets damaged out in space. You'll be kind of screwed if that damages your ship in a certain way. Okay, let's talk about more important things. Leather. The leather is awesome, very classy. I like it. Here's the boarding hatch from inside. No functionality. Again, no functionality through here other than it says use, but if I hit F, it's just going to open that door. And if you want to see, here we go. So that's cool. I like that animation. I like being able to open the door on both sides. But again, I'd like some more inside the ship functionality. This chair is pretty nice. I don't know if it will be able to eject or not. I want it to be able to eject. I want to be able to get away from any ship that I'm in. So I'll be curious. I'm curious to see if they go ahead and change all of the ships that don't have ejector seats to giving them some sort of ejector seat or escape pod, because right now some ships do not appear to have escape pods or ejector seats, this being one of them. Alright, so go ahead and get in here. Okay, so this is a cool animation. Pulls those down, hits some buttons there. And I believe, yes, they did fix the stick. Oh, no they didn't. They kind of did. Some of the stick clip issues are fixed, but as you can see, as I roll, my hand is actually moving through the stick, and that is that's not good. So they'll be continuing working on that. In terms of visibility, again, this ship, similar to the visibility of the Avenger, maybe a little bit worse because this section goes up a little more. In terms of simplicity of the cockpit, this is definitely more complex. There are a lot of buttons here, and I don't know how many of them we'll actually be able to mess with. But hopefully it's not too crazy. But yeah, that's the cockpit. Hopefully they don't expect us to look at some of these dials when we're being shot at, because some of them are pretty small. But oh well. This is a cool ship. I like it. I think it'll be fun to fly. I think it's a good size for dogfighting. I don't think that things like the Freelancer or the Constellation, I don't know how well those will, or how good those will feel flying in dogfighting. I just think that they'll feel bulky and you won't be able to maneuver around compared to smaller ships. However, when you do hit them with a bigger ship, and when you do hit your opponent, they will most likely explode, and that'll be very satisfying because they are heavy hitters. One last thing, there is supposedly a bed right here, more of a cot. So you should be able to interact with this, and it will fold out into a little cot. I believe you can see it on the brochure, and someone made a forum post about it on the forums, and so you should be able to lie down here if you need to log out while you're in this ship. So that's important, but again, it doesn't look like there's much space for food or any place to eat said food. So, oh, no step. I'm stepping. Alright. So that's the Origin Jumpworks 325A. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. As they say, see you in the verse.